Whoa, hello everyone, it's Charlton, and I just got an email from UFO Hunter UK about something that is totally crazy. It really is, and he was outraged, and he should be, man. It's nuts. But before I tell you about that, I also got texts from Alan Duckworth today. Solid human being, just a good guy, and a wonderful family. I love his family. So, but he's going to be doing a test later tonight about if the weather permits, testing muzzle flash at 400, 450 yards, at a distance, something like that at night to see what that actually visibly, looks like in real life. I would really like to see that. I really would. And for somebody who, much of the time I'm in the camp that it's just Paddock up there. He's a homicidal maniac and everything's going on in that, in 135, 134, 32nd floor of Mandalay Bay. For somebody like myself, I continuously get people saying, well, then where's the muzzle flash? Where's the muzzle flash? And I agree. I cannot explain that. So I'm very interested to see what Alan comes up with, and hopefully he can get that done tonight or in the next couple of days. Either way, I think he plans to do it one way or the other. So, but back to the story that UFO Hunter UK just sent me. And I don't want to go through every last detail. I mean, basically, it's a stall tactic. The Las Vegas Metro Police Department is putting an extremely hefty price tag on having to hand over any of the body cam footage, photographs they have, any evidence with regards to the Las Vegas shooting. I guess that would include, surveillance footage within the Mandalay Bay that is now in their possession from the investigation. And the dollar amounts are not tiny. When I first read the headline, I'm like, is that a one-time cost and then everybody has access to it? Or is that what each person or each news outlet's going to have to pay? And that's what it sounds like, that they had prepared some kind of fee schedule in a brief for their court appearance yesterday. They were in court Wednesday before Judge Richard Scotti, who's the same judge who ruled that they have to, in fact, hand over the body cam footage, surveillance footage, I guess, from the Mandalay Bay and, within the garage and so forth, anything that they have. But they put together some kind of fee schedule that any interested party or member of the public that wants copies of this stuff would have to pay. I mean, it basically, the headline read, Las Vegas Metro Police Department wants to bill news organizations $500,000 for massacre evidence. Okay, and obviously they're claiming that because of the volume of the evidence, that it places an undue burden on the department and the cost and the extraordinary manpower that's required to do that, etc. And, I'll tell you, the same judge who kind of seemed to be siding with the news organization, I mean, he ruled that they have to hand over this stuff. I don't know. The needle kind of seemed to be moving back in the direction of Las Vegas Metro, So, I mean, based on his statement, he at some point said, the court needs to consider whether the massive document request that the petitioner has put on the Las Vegas Metro Police Department in this case will compromise Metro's ability to provide and protect the health, safety, and welfare of the public. Richard Scotti, the judge. I mean, basically that's saying because the department might be spending all of its time putting all this information together, that they won't be spending the time, doing their jobs protecting the public. I don't know. I mean, anyways, that's the overall gist of it. So far, I mean, the judge is supposed to rule on this by Friday. There's more. I'll get to it. I just remember some more. But as of now, Las Vegas Metro, they basically said they're not releasing anything until this cost issue is resolved. So by Friday, the judge is going to rule on it, and I think it's all going to come down to dollar amounts because, like I said, I'll give you an example. So they of this fee schedule that they, I guess, put in a brief to the court, 750 hours of body cam footage, that would cost anybody, a member of the public, a news organization, $431,000 is what it said on the proposed fee schedule. So, if you have 5 news outlets that want that, and I guess they would share, I don't know. I mean, you're talking like $2 million. I mean, yeah, I guess, once it's out there, it But that's the whole point. I mean, obviously, if it's so easily replicated and shared amongst your news organizations, once one member or one organization has it in its possession, that just kind of shows you that these costs, these numbers are kind of just out of whack. I understand to prepare it, it's a different story, but still, it just seems like, this is all just meant to protect slow things down and protect the number one employer in all of Las Vegas, who basically, half of Las Vegas's economy depends on MGM Resorts, One of the attorneys was also Craig Eland. He was in the report as well, and he was saying, let me get to it. Well, he said that, victim attorney Craig Eland says forthcoming info will play a key role in future lawsuits. Okay, agreed. But he also said the videos, the photos, that's the next big step, because we now have requested the videos of the shooter Stephen Paddock getting out of his vehicle and the valets carrying the bags with his guns. Now, I was a little confused by that because I thought some of the victims' attorneys had seen some of this footage, but there's so many attorneys representing different groups of victims that, I think there's some cross signals there, but I'm not really entirely sure. My point is that, kind of what I was saying before, that MGM is it's just a monster corporation, and any corporation that big with those kinds of resources, particularly in a town that depends so heavily on them, they exert unbelievable influence. It kind of comes back to the question of, Google and YouTube. How much money is spent on advertising on Google by MGM Resorts? It's got to be something, you can go ahead and search. I searched it before I made this video, and the ones that say ad, MGM Resorts is one of them, all right? It's not, but it's a factor in, in this case, in a local jurisdiction where one company exerts, half the economy depends on MGM Resorts. End of story. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe to my channel. Give me a like down below. I'll see you in the next video. Later, man.